event today is the celebration of snowy owls, where 3 injured snowy owls that were brought to the Raptor Center for medical treatment were actually released back to the wild. I'm Lori Arndt, and I'm the clinic manager at the Raptor Center. So I was in charge of overseeing the care and rehabilitation of these owls and also arranging for the release. Snowy owls are a northern tundra species of owl, very rarely seen in the United States. About every 5 or 7 years, there is what's called an eruption of snowy owls where they move farther south out of Canada looking for food. The process of bringing a snowy owl or any injured raptor back to health is pretty extensive. The Raptor Center is essentially set up as a veterinary clinic which specializes in birds. And so when animals first come in, they're given a thorough exam by a veterinarian, which includes blood samples, radiographs, microbiology samples, whatever is required. If a bird has a fracture, then it often goes to surgery. If not, it gets any medications that are required or basically supportive care. So a lot of rehydration and nutrition to help the bird get healthy. And then it graduates to the rehabilitation part of the program, which is basically the pre-release preparations, which would be things like physical reconditioning. So we have a whole group of volunteers whose role is to take the birds out on a line that we call a creance and exercise them, let them fly until they are strong enough to be released. The owls were actually found by people from the general public. 2 of the owls that were released today were found in Nebraska and taken to a local rehabilitator out of Omaha. And she realized that she really didn't have the skills or the facilities necessary to complete their rehabilitation. And then also it wouldn't be appropriate for those birds to be released in Nebraska, since they have to go all the way up to the Arctic tundra. The 3rd bird was found in Minneapolis. It was just a private person walking along railroad tracks who found this injured owl that apparently had been hit by a train. And so that person called us, and we sent out one of our rescue volunteers to go and retrieve the bird and bring it to the Raptor Center. The bird that we have today is one of the birds that came from Nebraska.
We came out because we just love the Raptor Center. We love the raptors. We love the work that they do there. And the snowy owls are they're just too cute.
For me, I guess it's kind of a rebirth in a way. These animals were injured, held in captivity, brought back, and reintroduced into their, into the wild, and have an opportunity to live on. And I think it's neat to be a part of that.
It's really bittersweet. I see the birds from the time when they come in and are often in very bad shape, and it's a lot of highs and lows throughout the process. You really put a lot of effort into getting them better. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't get better. But certainly this is such a celebration of life for us, especially with the one owl that was shot. I mean, that was an intentional injury, which is just unbelievable to me how anyone could do something like that intentionally to one of these beautiful owls. So it's really an emotional time for me because I've seen their struggles all the way from when they come in through all of their exercise until I finally look at them and say, yes, you are ready to go.
For me, it was nerve-wracking, but just a wonderful feeling to see him fly. Just to lift him up and then have him take off. That was great.
Yay! Go, baby, go! There are a variety of ways that people can actually volunteer their time to help the Raptor Center. Some of it would be on site at the Raptor Center, but we also look for people to transport birds from all across the state to the Raptor Center. And sometimes we even set up relays. For example, like someone from St. Cloud will take it to St. Michael, and then someone would take it all the way, back to the Raptor Center. So there are just a variety of ways that, people can definitely help.